This is a review for Unit 1 in Honors Algebra. Question 1, what is the solution? Well, we've got to solve this equation. We will distribute the 9 to both. 36 equals 1/3 of 9 is 3. We've got 3x plus 72. Subtract 72 to both sides. Negative 36 is equal to 3x. Divide both sides by 3. And x is negative 12. You should check 12, plug that back into the answer to prove that your answer is correct. We'll solve this inequality. We've got to get x on one side. Let's subtract 7x to both sides. Then we'll have our variables on one side and our constants on the other. Negative 2x is greater than. Those cancel, and we've got 8. Divide both sides by negative 2. When we do, we have x alone, but we've got to remember to reverse our inequality symbol because we have divided by a negative, and we get that x is less than or equal to negative 4. Let's solve and check this one. I would first distribute to get rid of the parentheses, and we've got 4 minus x equals 15x plus 36. Let's get our variables on one side. I will add x to both sides, which will eliminate it from the left. And we've got 16x plus 36. Subtract 36 to both sides. We've got negative 32 equals 16x. Divide both sides by 16. And we have that x is equal to negative 2. Now let's plug that in. 4 minus a minus 2, does that equal 3 times 5 times negative 2 plus 12? On this part, we will use the order of operations, which means I'm looking inside the parentheses. So I'll copy down. By the way, minus a minus is plus a positive. 3 times. Well, 5 times negative 2 is negative 10 plus 12. So we're still inside the parentheses here, and we get a 2. So 4 plus 2, does that equal 3 times 2? And we get 6 in both cases, and this proves that our answer is indeed negative 2. This one's an extra in the countdown. Mia bought 5 candles for a total of $18.75. What is the unit price per candle? Well, they want the price over the number of candles, and we're talking about one candle. The price is $18.75. Per means fraction bar or division divided by 5, and that equals $3.75 per candle. Each candle costs $3.75. All right, number 5, which is equivalent? Well, to find out if they're equivalent, I should do some simplification on this problem. I'm going to distribute my negative 3 to the inside. So we've got x minus 3y squared minus 12x. Notice none of these choices look quite like that, but I do have some like terms I could collect. So we've got minus 3y squared minus 11x, and that is the same as choice D. Number 6, what best describes this? Well, let's simplify and see. And you've got to be careful. I will get my constants to one side, subtract 7 to both sides. We've got minus 3x is less than minus 27. Now let's divide both sides by negative 3. But remember, when you divide by a negative, you must flip your symbol. And we've got x is greater than positive 9. And the one choice that says that is A. B. Let's solve this. I will first subtract 3 to both sides, and when I do, I've got x over 4 equals 4 3/4. Now I'll multiply both sides by 4. However, I could rewrite this mixed number as an improper fraction, which would make things easier. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 3 is 19 over 4. Now let's multiply both sides by 4. We can put it over 1. Well, these 4's cancel. That's why we chose it. It gets x alone. These 4's cancel, and our answer is 19. And you should take the time now to plug 19 into your answer and check it. All right, let's solve this next one. I need to distribute that 4 to both terms on the inside. And I've got 56 is less than 8x plus 24. Let's subtract 24 to both sides. And when I do, I've got 32 is less than 8x. Divide both sides by 8. And I've got that x is greater than 4. Notice I'm reading that backwards. I could rewrite it. The x first, the 4 next. The 4 needs the pointy end. Either way, it says x is greater than 4. Number 10, Darian spent $24 for a new backpack and divided the rest of his school budget evenly on writing utensils, a calculator, and binders. He spent $9.50 on the calculator. Write an equation to represent the situation. Well, let's let B represent the budget, because that's what we don't know. How much did he have in his budget? Well, from his budget, he's going to take away $24 for that calculator. And then he's dividing the rest evenly amongst 3 items. The calculator, the binders, and the writing utensils got split. However, I know that when I divide the rest by 3, I get the $9.95 that is the calculator price. He is going to spend the same amount on calculators as he does on writing utensils. So here's our equation. To solve for B, I would multiply both sides by 3. Let me change my color. Both sides times 3. These 3's cancel. It's why I chose it. And on this side, notice B is getting more alone. And I've got that B is equal to 28.50. Now I can add my 24 to both sides. And I find out that the budget is equal to 52.50. You can add that up here. The budget was 52.50, but always remember your units. I don't think I finished showing you this problem. Our equation was the budget minus $24 for the backpack. We're dividing all of what's left over evenly by the 3 items that were purchased. By the way, those 3 items were $9.95 each. And to get B alone, we multiply both sides by 3. When I do, I get B minus 24 on this side. Those cancel. And 28.50. Now to get B alone, we can add 24 to both sides, and we discover our budget was 52.50. Don't forget your units. All right, let's do the next problem. Let's combine our like terms, and we get 1450x minus 6 is equal to y. Notice we've got 2 variables. We're going to get x alone, but we're still going to have the y in the problem. We can add 6 to both sides. And we've got 14.5x equals y plus 6. And now we can divide both sides by 14.5. Well, those cancel. It's why I chose it. And my final answer is y plus 6 over 14.5. There's nothing else I can simplify. I would if I could. On number 12, we're going to solve for y. We've got to get it alone. I'm very tempted right now to divide both sides by 3, but I know most of us like to distribute, so let's do that. We've got 14 equals 3x minus 3y. To get y alone, I'd like to get rid of this 3x. Its inverse is minus 3x. they're not like terms, I can't combine them. So I'm just going to write 14 minus 3x, that's all I can do, equals negative 3y. Now to get y alone, I will divide both sides by negative 3. Those cancel. I'm not supposed to leave my negative in the denominator. So what I'm going to do is make that 3 positive, but give everybody up in the numerator the opposite sign. So I could write it as 3x minus 14 over 3. Another answer that I would accept is x minus 14 over 3 is equal to y. Let's list in this expression what are the coefficients. Well, those would be the numbers that are in front of our variables. The first one is 2, and that's obvious. The next one isn't understood, negative 1. The terms, well, we're really going to list everything we see above, and we're just going to put semicolons in between. The first term is 2x, semicolon. The next term is negative y squared, semicolon. The final term is 3. And the constant, there's only one, it's 3. All right, for the next couple of questions, which you should renumber, 14 and 15, we're going to use this table. All right, for number 14, it says that Hugh bought X notebooks, 7 pencils, 2 pounds of trail mix. Write a simplified expression for the total amount spent. And don't forget, we are supposed to simplify. So he bought X notebooks. Notebooks cost $2.50 each, so that would be 2.5x. And 2 pounds of trail mix. So that's money he's adding. It's 2 times $7.45. And he bought, that's it. That's all he bought. No, I missed my 7 pencils. And he bought 7 pencils, and pencils cost 25 cents each. Well, we can simplify this. We can multiply those amounts. We've still got 2.5x. And let's add those two amounts here. I get $1.75 spent on pencils and $14.90 spent on that other item, notebooks. Nope. Trail mix. And I can combine those two. They are like terms. So we've got 2.5x plus 1665. All right, on this one, we've got Julio who bought a backpack and Y notebooks and 3 times as many pencils as notebooks, and he spent less than $50. Now, they aren't asking us to solve for anything. They just want us to write the inequality that works for this problem. All right, for the first part, the backpack, that's just $32. What else did he buy? He bought Y notebooks. Well, notebooks cost $2.50, so that's $2.50y for the amount spent on notebooks in total. He bought 3 times as many pencils as notebooks. Well, didn't he buy Y number of notebooks? So that means he bought 3y. And what is the price of those pencils? They're 25 cents each times 0.25. All of that is supposed to be less than $50. Well, we've got some like terms we can collect. The 32 stands alone. 2.5y. Let's go ahead and simplify this. That is, that's a plus sign. 0.75y is less than 50. These are my like terms, and I can combine those. 32 plus 3.25y is less than $50. And that is the inequality that represents what he spent. All right, let's solve this inequality and then graph. I need to get x alone. I need to subtract 4 from all parts of the inequality. That does get x alone. 1 minus 4 is negative 3. Negative 1 minus 4 is negative 5, so I know right where my circles go. Above negative 5 and negative 3. X is in between. I need to fill in the first one because X could be equal to negative 5. If your teacher requires that you've watched this video to the end, on problem number 18, please draw a smiley face in the white space around here that you've got left over. If she doesn't see a big smiley face there, she knows you have not watched the video till the end. One more thing, extra credit offered to anyone who can identify a mistake that was not corrected during this video.